want to look at the first one, and let me just read that from a number of papers actually carry that story. Let me look at the Daily, I think it's a Daily Graphic, has that story there.
I think it's the last one.
Yeah, it's the last one. No, the Daily Graphic is not carrying that story. I'll take it from citinewsroom.com, but some other papers also carry the story. The police filed injunction against Yvonne Nelson's Dumsor Must Stop vigil. Now, the Ghana Police Service has filed an injunction application at the High Court seeking to stop Ghanaian actress Yvonne Nelson from proceeding with her planned demonstration against erratic power supply, dubbed the hashtag Dumsor Must Stop Vigil. Now, this move comes days after the Accra Regional Police Command urged the organizers of the protest to consider changing the venue of the protest. Now, the demonstration is scheduled for Saturday, May 25th, 2024. Now, according to the actress, the intermittent power cut, locally known as Dumsor, is affecting her business. The actress organized a similar protest in 2015. Yvonne Nelson and her team met with the Ghana Police Service days ago to notify the police of the intended protest as required by law. Now, the police, after the meeting, opposed the route suggested by Yvonne Nelson's team, claiming the proposed endpoint as a Revolution Square is close to the Jubilee House, which is a security zone. Now, the police also raised concerns about the intent to end the protest at midnight. The organizers of the protest, however, disagreed, explaining that the endpoint was far from the Jubilee House and there were no issues with the end time for their protest. Now, the police, in accordance with the dictates of the Public Order Act, have filed an instant application to halt the demonstration. The case has been scheduled for a hearing on May 24, 2024. Let me begin with Tabitha. Your thoughts on the proposed vigil, first of all, demonstration and vigil, and then the injunction placed by the police.
Thank you so much. First of all, I would like to use this opportunity to thank God for bringing us here this morning. In fact, I think you are aware that the VIP toured the northern part of Ghana.
Yes.
Yes, and so we thank God for safe journey. And also yesterday, the KIA, the place for their training was also launched yesterday, which is a very good move by government, and I want to use this opportunity to applaud them. And I would like to call on all the beneficiaries to take advantage of this golden opportunity, not only to better themselves, but also to better Mother Ghana. When you look at the situation with Yvonne Nelson, of course, it's normal. It's okay for a concerned citizen to want to probably protest to get some solutions to problems they think they are faced with. I think this Dumsor situation, which was rather unfortunate, I must admit, of course, did not happen for so long, and we can testify that things are better now. For over 2 weeks now, I haven't seen anybody updating on his or her status that I don't have light in my neighborhood or my house or my workplace, and I think it is a good thing. That prompt and rapid response by government is laudable, and I want to use this opportunity to applaud them. Good. So I think Yvonne Nelson.
You are saying that the Dumsor is over?
Yes, I think so, because for 2 weeks I haven't heard anything, and I want to believe that we should consider it as a thing of the past.
Well, hopefully. I had lights off last week. And then this weekend as well. But this week, thankfully, fingers crossed, so far I haven't had any.
That's why I said for like consistently for like 2 weeks.
Well,
it's been so rare, and I believe it is gradually fizzling out of the system.
Okay.
Of course, nobody wants to hear about Dumsor the MPP as a government doesn't want to even have any problem to do with Dumsor, because we know how hard it can bite on our economy. So I know they are doing everything within their power to ensure that it is the thing of the past. If you look at Yvonne Nelson's demonstration, the planned demonstration that they have, in fact, I think the issues that they raised had to do with the timing and also the venue for the demonstration. Of course, the venue, which is so close to the Jubilee House, is definitely a no-go zone because of security reasons, which we should all admit as Ghanaians. And another thing has to do with the time. You don't go on a demonstration in the middle of the night. Midnight demonstrations, I don't think it will end well, because who knows? Other people with other motives or agenda may just join in and cause a lot of damage that we may have to come here and to...
But it's not the first time that any kind of vigil of this sort would have been held in the middle of the night.
Sure, but we should also be looking at the timing and the venue for the vigil. That is the issue here. And I want to believe that if they go back to the drawing table and probably propose a different venue and a different time, I want to believe that they will listen to them and give them the go-ahead to demonstrate. But midnight, no. Even demonstrations that happen in the afternoons or in the mornings, most of them do not end so well.
Yeah, but...
and so
it's
precaution.
It's a vigil.
It is.
A vigil doesn't happen in the day.
That is
a
why...
vigil happens at night.
Yes, but the venue is wrong.
I don't have a problem with your issue of the venue. I mean,
Yes.
in fact, I agree with the police when they say they are too close to the Jubilee House. There's no... You can't logically argue that it's far away from the Jubilee House. It is right opposite the Jubilee House gates. So, fair enough. But I think that the timing, I don't see why the police have an issue with the timing.
Okay, so that is why I'm proposing that if they should propose a new venue, and probably a new time, they will be considered. That is what I think. And you know, I will never advise anybody, a loved one or an acquaintance, to join such a demonstration.
Why not?
One, as we all stated, the venue is not, or is a no-go area, one, and even the timing. May God forbid, if someone hits your head with a cutlass or something,
why would somebody come and hit your head with a cutlass?
It's a venue, you know, in every gathering.
Yes.
Things like this are expected, since you are not in control of substances that people may take or may not take. You can't tell. And there are other miscreants around that may just see the crowd and feel like, let's join. And before you realize, it becomes something else. Personally, I will never advise someone I know to join such a vigil and to also go to a venue that is considered to be a high security risk zone or area. I don't think it is in their own best interest or in the best interest of the nation to have people risk so much.
Well, I mean, I think in 2015, when the Dumsor Must Stop vigil was held, they started around 4 p.m.-ish. And I'm not sure exactly when it ended, but it was at night, because there are images of the demonstrators at night, and they were there with the candles and the bobo and, you know, all those things in the night as the protest went on. So I don't know what has necessarily changed this time around for the police to be up in arms that the timing is an issue. But let me come to Awo, and then we can wrap it up. Yes, Awo.
Thank you so much. This Dumsor thing, maybe my sister's area, she's not been experiencing it. For my area, it's very bad. Very, very bad.
Still?
Yeah. Even this week, we've gone through that twice.
Where is that?
I'll tell you later. Mostly, I don't like people knowing where I stay. I've been chased before. So, look, I've gone through 21 hours of Dumsor.
Before?
Before.
Wow.
Was it last month? Yes. And after that, in 2 weeks' time, we had 24 hours. It goes off at 6 and comes at 4 in the evening. You can imagine from, that was Saturday evening to Sunday evening. And you ask yourself, if the people don't know that weekends people have things to do at home. And the area that morning, we started laughing at each other. You either wear lace to church or we termed it these Togo dresses. Because you see people going to church and you start laughing because we all had to look for something. Yeah. Because at 6, nobody was expecting that. And most of the time in my area, it goes off at weekends. And I don't know why. You gave us lights off Wednesday into Thursday. Then Friday evening, the light goes off again. And you call the technical team because we were fortunate to have some numbers. And the people are angry at you that you don't know. They are rather asking you whether you don't know what's happening in the country. These are technical men who are supposed to be working for the EC.
But I thought it was the fault and maintenance that they were supposed to be dealing with.
So you can imagine.
What's that going to do?
And it's unfortunate that phone is spoiled. It's in my bag. For me, I'm going to Circle to fix it because I recorded that thing. That at a point, I will just play it. Because if I call EC and EC is telling me that ECG that you don't know, or he's rather asking me if I don't know what's happening in the country, and it's like I'm calling to worry them, sort of, if I should put it that way. So if maybe her area she's good to go and she's not having that kind of issues, but people are still going through it. And one of my fridges is now in my porch or outside because it just went bad. After the lights went off for some time, it came, we were not in the house. And we came and the whole thing was noisy. So we wondered what happened. Then we were told lights went off in the day. Unfortunately, there was nobody at home. It's outside now. We have to fix it. And that is money. I buy my own light, I can't use it. And if, you know, when this whole doomsday thing happens, and you know, Yvonne Nelson has a house in my area too.
Okay.
So I'm sure she's also going through what I'm going through. So maybe that's why, because people were asking at a point, where are they? The vigil demonstrators for Doomsaw in 2015. So what has happened? Now, is it because it's their party that is in power or they don't really care or bother? I know she doesn't stay fully in the area, but her mother is there and she herself has a house there. So I know that Bahamis, even if she's not there that day, maybe she has an option to go and sleep in another place. But these are things that happened. Which area did they have the vigil in 2015? Has it changed? And so why is the police now becoming an annex of the MPP? Because at any point in time these days, as soon as there is going to be a demonstration, the police is running to court to put an injunction on that thing and kind of, because this is not the only, or this is not the first demonstration they are doing this to. I forgot, I think last year they did the same thing to other people who wanted to demonstrate or who asked for this thing to demonstrate. If you are saying that that place is not a, I think I thought they said that place is a security zone. So where is the issue of somebody coming to hurt you or use something to hit your head in the dark or something like that? The vigil went deep into the night as they are seeking to do this time around. So what changed then? Or what has changed now? Is it because it was one party in power and now it's another party in power? And the president told us that he has fixed Doomsaw, something that was fixed by the Mahama administration before we left power in 2016. You were making all the noise that you fixed it. Meanwhile, you never added nothing to the power we are using now. You can take a Mary plant from Takoradi and take it to Kumasi and rename it. And that is what has been happening in this country. They are not taking responsibility for anything. All they do is to go back to what has been there and they want to rename it to their credit, which has not helped us as a nation. If you are saying that,
but renaming doesn't mean you built it. We all know who set it up. So
of course, we're in this country. They are
how is
telling
it
us
anybody's credit if you?
They say it's their credit. They call it their credit because they have fixed Doomsaw. At a point, they were telling us that we have excess power, we are paying for blah, blah, blah. So what have they been able to use that for? Because there was a plan during the Mahama administration that those excess powers, how we are going to use them, selling them out there, using the money to fix other things in this country. So why are we not using it? Why are we not going by that plan? But we will stay and make things worse, and now we are telling ourselves, because the president, the day he told us that it has been fixed, few days, things got worse. The ECG was told to bring out a timetable. They refused, and we are here today. Other areas, because even before this whole national thing happened, I was most of the time blaming our MP because she was not staying in the area, because of that she doesn't even know what we were going through, because it was like almost every day in Dansoman, Ablekuma West, we were going through this thing. And we ask ourselves, if they are fixing something, so how long will it take the ECG to fix those things, and how are we supposed to enjoy things we buy for or we pay for? And this, the Flagstaff House is not a place for the demonstration. Why not in this country when these Occupy Ghana guys who are now in power, they have seen themselves in power, ministers and all that. Is it not the Flagstaff House they staged their demonstrations? It was days. It wasn't even one night. They were doing it day by day, and nobody had issue with it. The government then didn't complain. The police didn't see anything wrong with that. But today, because it's one person in power, or one government, one party in power, this whole thing has become a taboo. You can't do it. The police CID office has become an annex of the MPP. Anytime somebody wants to do a demonstration, they are running to the court.
I don't think you can say that in all honesty. How has the police CID office become an annex of the MPP?
So how come all of a sudden, anytime someone wants to go on a demonstration, they are running to the courts to put an injunction on it?
But it's their legal right to do so if they sense a challenge may be coming.
What kind of challenge? That's why I said when people were doing this Occupy thing, Occupy Ghana thing, what happened? It wasn't a security thing to the then sitting government. Now it is a security thing for the sitting government. So we should stop being hypocrites in this country, burying our heads in our ties and just tell the government the truth. Things are not well, things are not going right. People might be enjoying light. Maybe they live in a particular area. Some people are not enjoying it. So if people want to have, that's also their legal rights, isn't it? So why is the police trying to stop them?
Yeah, but it's the police's, no, wait, hold on. It's the police's duty to safeguard not just the demonstrators, but those who were not part of the demonstration, right?
Yeah.
And so they are doing their work. And so if they complain and say that for them, they are seeing the route as a challenge, as in the destination of the demonstration as a challenge, and then the timing. Why not just change the timing and change the route?
Why not change the timing and the route? Why not
I mean,
also protect the people? Are you not supposed to protect them and protect the others? That place this is not the first time something like that is happening there. So I don't see the challenge here.
I agree with you, but I'm just saying that there are so many routes in Accra. We can use so many different routes.
Maybe I want to pick it here.
Yeah.
I do, and it's to send a message to Citi TV.
Okay.
So you expect me to go and stand at GBC and do that? It's a question to everybody watching us.
So you want to? Okay. So you?
They are trying to send a message to them when they started occupying Ghana.
In
Weeks.
In this day of social media, and by the way, 2015, hashtag Doomsday must stop was driven largely on social media, more so than the demonstration. The demonstration only gave images and opportunity for us to get more pictures and drive the conversation further on social media. Okay. Right? Today, social media is even more powerful, which means that literally, you can do a demonstration anywhere you want to go. You want to demonstrate and drive the agenda on social media. Do you understand? You have your videos, you have your pictures, you have everything you need. So really, at the end of the day, that's what that's the angle I'm coming from. Yeah. You will still get a powerful effect from the demonstration without necessarily going to the Jubilee House.
What you're saying is true, but I also have a choice as to where I want things done. So at least the police should understand where these people are coming from.
Yeah.
And I don't think they are doing it just for, maybe the police barracks don't experience some of these things because it's a security zone and all that. So they might not even know how Ghanaians are feeling. Because I don't know, I've been to the barracks on few occasions. I've never seen anything like that. I don't know how the police
Oh, but there are
like.
police housing in other places, other neighborhoods like Domepila 2, down some other places where police housing. I'm sure they experience light off. They experience Dumso.
Yo. But you see, even in Dansoman,
Yes.
there are places that do not experience this. Like some of us.
Wow.
I don't know whether it's a deliberate thing or it's, but that one I can't see. And those are the areas from the police station going. So that, like I said, maybe they don't, or they don't feel the way people are feeling.
Yeah.
So they feel like, oh, it is a normal thing. So if this thing happens, and when I hear people saying that this thing is not happening like it did in 2015.
Yeah.
So, is that not why you campaigned on that, the back of the Dumso? And you want power. People gave you this power. And you know, the last time I heard a boom, what's the name? Also for, that's a Chichirabosum or something.
Chirabosum.
Chirabosum. And he was saying that he doesn't know why the NDC is even crying they didn't come to power in 2020. Because the MPP had really messed up. They came, they didn't add anything to our power supply. And if NDC had won in 2020, they would have told the Ghanaians that we told you when NDC comes, they will bring Dumso. And so why are we crying? And I said, no, what he said makes sense. But somebody who has fixed this before knows how to go back to do it. Or wouldn't have sat down to let the situation get, because we've been there before. We know what we did to solve it. So why wouldn't we go back and solve it again? So please, the police should let people be. They shouldn't be doing what they are doing, because in some areas, they allowed people. I don't know whether some people, because they are scared, they will be taken out and all that, so they want to do that. No, it's not the best. We are all Ghanaians. And if people have done it before and nothing happened, you protected them, you kept the peace.
Yeah.
So today, if someone else wants to do it, because another person is in power, don't do what you are doing. Protect the people, keep the peace just like you did. I don't think there's any issue that Flagstaff don't we pass there any time and every time. If someone wants to do something, they would have done it. You know, once I was using Uber, we entered, you know, there's a back
There's a back route, yeah.
There was we said we're going to GBC. And we entered the back route. And the way we entered, I was like, so is there no security here? So if somebody would have done anything at that time, it would have happened easily. Do you understand? So this is not an issue, especially when we know that there's a demonstration going on. I don't think everybody will just go and sleep on the job.
All right. Okay, fair
So,
enough.
people
I don't know
are
if you have
suffering.
anything to
And
say.
like
on
me,
this.
my
I just
area,
have
I'm
something
suffering.
small to
Yeah.
say.
My area,
You
I'm
are
suffering.
suffering.
Maybe she is not. Adenta
Okay.
is a good place for them.
Okay.
My area is not a good place for us.
Anyway, you said you prefer not to mention where you stay, but thought it was
I have
okay.
done. I've
You
been to my
did.
west. No, I did.
Oh, okay.
I did.
Anyway, so you see, I normally don't want to delve into this conversation of the power crisis and whatever, because I understand some sections or some people in Ghana may think that stop the blame game. But you see, at times you don't come and sit on national TV and try to make yourself look good in the public eye just because of recency. It's unfortunate. We know your history when it comes to Dumso. It's a very nasty one that we don't want to go back there. And I understand the trauma they went through, or the trauma Ghanaians went through for over 3 years with Dumso is what is causing all this response from the public. That is to say, people complaining that there's Dumso, there's Dumso. Of course, how long has Dumso been with us? As I said, it's so traumatic that I don't want us to go there. Even 1 week of Dumso is not good for our economy. So if we did about 2 to 3 months of Dumso, of course, we shouldn't be happy about it. But if you sit on national television and talk as though you did the right thing when you were in government, it's unfortunate because you supervised Dumso for close to 4 years. So you don't even have a track record that we should even talk about, you understand? One thing I want you to understand is that the way they decided to fix, let me put the fix on quotes, Dumso was rather unfortunate. We are living in the 21st century where there are more cheaper and more environmentally friendly means of generating electricity. And you decided to go and pick a liability for us as a people of course, we shouldn't be proud. Of course, we shouldn't be happy that you did this mess. Because now, the NPP as a government, moving forward, is looking at getting more solar-powered, what do you call it, sources of electricity to make up for the growing demand of electricity in the country. And that is the way to go. A government that is visionary, a government that looks at recent trends and things that will help the people and try to, of course, introduce it into the system. I am aware that for some time now, they have been commissioning some 5 to 15 megawatts of solar to our national grid to augment what is already existing. And of course, our flag bearer has also indicated that if he becomes president, which he will by the grace of God and by the support of all Ghanaians, I know that he will do more of the solar power than the alternative that they took, which of course is not serving us.
All right, fair enough.